Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. I am going to share with you my top 20 favorite knives, 10 top favorite pocket knives, and top 10 favorite fixed blades. And I've gone ahead and ranked them so you can kind of start guessing if you want to. I'm going to go through the fixed blades first, and I do have a lot of knives, but I tried to narrow this down to just the top 20. And some of these are emotional choices, some of these are practical choices, and some of these I can't even explain it. They just happen to hold the most value to me in my heart of knife hearts. First, I'd like to ask you to please like, subscribe, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Comments really help the channel. Thanks so much. Okay, so first, coming in number 10, fixed blade. Very good knife company, Tradition Junior. Being 10 on this list is no mean feat because I do have a lot of knives. This one's very simple, relatively cheap, comes with a nice Kidex sheath with the thumb scalps that go in and out. That's why I included this, because I like the accessibility, being able to have it in pocket carry like this. This is 80 CRV or 80 C, you know what I mean, 80 CV. And this stuff is great. I love this steel because you can beat it up. This is hollow grind, got a nice amount of belly. All right, I shouldn't spend too much time on it. That's just number 10. Absolutely love this guy. Very easy to use. Kind of in the same vein, this guy also came with a Kidex Shift. This is the M1 Backpacker Pro in 90 SV. This comes in a lot of different kinds of steels. It's very broadly manufactured, and I just like it. It looks counterintuitive for it to pinch up like that. This is a super light knife. Keeping this in your backpack when you're doing some hiking is super easy. When you don't, this is a great knife to have. Super sharp for a long time. I like that it's 90 SV too. A lot of people, or sorry, CPM S90V, because it just it stays sharp for so long. Might be harder to sharpen, but it's a great steel to use. Next, the extra large Northern Hunter from LT Wright. This was a custom I got off of their Redwall AABL, which is one of my favorite knife steels. This guy is really quite big, and it has that Northern Trapper type feel to it. Lots of belly here, high saber grind. It's just a fun knife. I like it. You can do a lot of things with this. I like the shape to it. I like the aesthetics. I need to use it more. It's pretty much a virgin knife, but I just need to get out there and in the field and use it more. And next is the Mako. This and other top 10 lists has come very, very high. It's kind of fallen down because of some of the newer stuff I got, but the Mako from Crey Blades here in Pennsylvania, absolutely awesome. Comes in a couple of different kind of knife steels like Rex and other things, but this is the Magno Cup version, and this in-pocket leather sheath carry makes it with an ulti-clip built in, makes it extremely desirable and good and useful to use around the yard. Carry this all the time. Next is the Kitsun. It's just a beautiful knife, and I love carrying it around. It has got these great scales on it and this great brass work and bolsters on it, and I just like it a lot. It's kind of a Tonto. It's got, the tip is above the spine, convex grind, 154 cm. I like this knife. It kind of feels heavy too. I think it's 3/16 inch thick back here, so kind of fatty, but yeah, just a fun knife to have around. This is more on the practical side, the Overland. I love this Overland, and in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and break down and get the Overland Sport. This is from TJ Schwarz. This is a great kitchen utility knife for camping, and I use it all the time for that. This is Magno Cup. Find it pretty easy to keep sharp. The finish on it wasn't the best. This is one of the first ones he made, but he's since corrected the finish. Sometimes you can get a little patina in there, but now that I've used this a lot, I'm not getting that really, and it doesn't really bother me either to get some patina on your blade. Just a nice shape. Tang kind of is proud of the scales. Feels really nice in the hand. Yeah, I just love the Overland. Very practical, useful knife that I use all the time whenever I go camping. Speaking of going camping, Genesis is an A2. This is LT Wright. What can I say about this? It looks like your standard silly knife, and the ergos look bad to it, but it's not. This is a great knife. Dutch Bushcraft just did a review of this knife, and they were blown away by it. Stays sharp for a really long time. Scandi grind, obviously. These thumb scallops make it just very comfortable to use for little things, for whittling and carpentry and setting up. This is a fire maker. You can do anything you want to with this knife. I just can't say enough about it. I think it's amazing. The ultralight bushcrafter from Bark River Knives. This is S45 VN version, although they have other ones. You can see it has the compass logo on there, meaning it's for bushcraft type stuff. I actually use this when I sail on big boats and stuff like that, where I have to have a lanyard attached to it. It seems to be the perfect size. My little marlin spike fits really nicely inside the ferro rod holder. Yeah, this knife feels really good in the hands. And also, you know, I was camping for a long time this summer at one point, and this knife stayed in my hand a lot. Sometimes you don't need a giant bushcrafting knife. You just need a little guy like this, and this will do everything that you need. So I definitely enjoy this knife, and I enjoy that steel, even though it's not your traditional fixed blade steel. Something like 3V might be nicer for this kind of blade, but I do enjoy the S45. Next, the Forest. This guy is made specifically, in my mind, this was the Magno Cup version. I wouldn't have minded it, actually, if it was 3V, but anyway. This guy is such a good carpenter's knife. I mean, I was doing a couple of projects this summer, and I was using this all the time, cutting wood, shaving wood, sculpting wood, all kinds of things. This has got a nice big fat handle relative to the knife, fits really well. Doing draw cuts works really well, push cuts, pokey cuts, all kinds of cuts works really well. Thick behind the tip so you can kind of get in there. The shape of it kind of swoops up. This is a convex Scandi grind together. It just works really, really, really well. And finally, number one, the LT Wright Daily Carry. This guy I use all the time. It's ABL, which is a great knife steel for this kind of EDC use. In pocket carry, I got the Artemis, Artemis Carry Solutions made this taco sheath for me with a thumb scallop on it, really nice, and pops in and out there. I use it, full 4-finger grip, nice amount of belly up here, easy to stay sharp, and it's mostly stainless because of the steel. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. This knife I use so much. It was a DLT exclusive. I'm sure they're going to do another run of it when it does come out. If you see the Daily Carry, it's a must-have. You got to have it. It's great. And getting a custom sheath rather than the leather sheath, getting a Kidex sheath for this is this knife makes it so usable and unique and friendly to carry. All right, that was the fixed blades. Next, we are going to the pocket knives. So this was really hard. I have a lot more pocket knives than I probably have like 40 fixed blades. I probably have like 100 pocket knives. So it was really hard coming down to just these 10, although I automatically knew, it wasn't that hard, honestly. I automatically knew what 7 of them on this list were, and 3 of them I kind of had to think about. Number 10, this is the Hinderer Eclipse. I don't like the SM18. I don't like that forward choke-up point. One of the reasons I like this is because I've put this titanium scale that's been made to look like brass on it, and I got this deep carry clip from Lynch Clip. The action's worked in. I've taken it apart and put it back together a few times, and it just sings now. At first, I really didn't understand or like this blade too much. This is Magno Cup. But now I've come around. I do like it. I have an XM18, which is an S45 VN, and I just don't like it as much. This feels so much nicer to me. So yeah, this is a hard use knife. You guys know what a Hinderer is about. This is an expensive knife. It looks really sweet. It just does the job. I like it. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Paramilitary 2, and it's honestly this version of the Paramilitary 2. This was a build for me. Lotus scales, brass scales, Lynch deep carry clip, black hardware. I got the compression made easy tab on here, so that it just works really well. Sings. This is S90V. Love that steel in a pocket steel, all blacked out. This sings to me. This is the best of Spyderco to me. I used to have I still have a lot of Spyderco, but I used to have a ton more Spyderco, especially when I started. And this is the one that's really stuck with me. I really like this. I do carry it. I don't abuse it, but I do carry it and I do use it. Love the action on this. Paramilitary 2, you can't go wrong. I don't know of many people who would not have some kind of Spyderco on their list if they had to pick top 10. Next, the Atom from Three Rivers Manufacturing. This guy is the bigger version of the Neutron. I like it a lot. This is the old school one. You can tell because it's 20 CV, not the Magno Cup version, and it's got the old school titanium milling on the titanium handles. The action on this is incredible. Super thin and slicey behind the edge. Just a lot of fun. I actually broke the tip off of this, which I'm really sad about, so I do need to take this to school and sharpen it up again. But the aesthetics of this knife, ergos of this knife, thinness of this knife, everything is great. Talking about thinness, this is definitely not a thin knife. This is the Chavez 229 Rodancion, and this guy is big and it's been customized. I sent it to Weigh a Knife EDC Gear House, and they did these sugar skulls for me. I wanted to do kind of a Day of the Dead type theme to this. They bronzed out some of the materials here. They bronzed out the skull clip. To me, this is my Halloween knife, one of my Halloween knives. I like this time of year. I like the fall, and this is a knife that is very cool to carry. This Tonto, also hollow grind. I think it's M390. The kickstop makes it super fun to deploy. It's nice and heavy, has a good kick action to it. I love this knife. Next, we have the Jango from Kunu. I had to include a Kunu knife. Any one of my Kunu knives could have been on this. I chose a Jango because I really like the looks. The polished DLC is amazing. The way that this is built and put together is amazing. The diamond texturing here, the way that it's machined around all these corners, with not just straight curves. Everything is milled very specifically with a lot of thought in it. I love the clip too. Just Kunu is always kicking it out of the park. You can't go wrong with any of their knives. I chose the Jango. I love the name. I love the DLC. Kunu, awesome. Riot gravity knife. This is an amazing knife. This is the paratrooper knife, XO, and this is the original, one of the original ones that came out. I was very fortunate. This one says serial number 30, May 5th, 2022. I think this was a special from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, but just so much fun to play with. Almost every time I post a video of this, someone says, hey, can I buy that? I'm getting desperate. Maybe I will sell it. Who knows? But very long, LMAX steel. Just so much fun. I love this guy. Next, I think this is coming in at number 4, is the Rosalinda from Ray Laconico. This knife flies open and is one of the knives that drops shut. I mean, it's running on, is it running on bearings? I think it's running on bearings, but even so, it's just the snappiest. It only has one thumb stud, snappiest action. It just falls, literally falls shut. Recessed liner, lock, full backspacer. ZDP 189. I believe the Rockwell hardness on this is like 67, so super hard. You can see that it's sheathed there. I've sharpened this myself so that it is absolutely screaming sharp at the moment. Rosalinda is an amazing, amazing knife. They just did a drop of these and they sold out in minutes. I hope you got them. I put it on my community tab. Sometimes when I see a knife that I absolutely love, I'll put an alert out on my community tab, so please subscribe. Next, the Winter Blade Co. This is coming in at number 3, Factor. This guy, I changed the detent magnets on this. There was a video on that, which was one of the scariest things I ever did, was change the detent magnets on this to make it a harder detent. Put an isotope file in here. The sound that this makes is great. Sometimes my video editing software kind of takes out the ting, but in person you can really hear it. It's just very nice, unique, all magnets for the detent and the retention and the lock. I like unique things. This is very unique. I have a lot of Winter Blade Co. knives, but this is kind of the one that put them into the stratosphere, so had to include the Factor. Another Ray Laconico knife coming in at number 2. This is the C Otter, very American made. This is the one that he made here in his shop. It's just classic knife design. I love the finish on it. Magno Cup. I need to clean it up a little bit, but I use it. Just 2 slabs of steel, a couple of back spacers, very nice pillars, opens up real easy. So, frame lock. I changed I changed the pocket clip on it because I didn't like the kind of bent clip that came with it, but otherwise, just as he made it, yeah, hard to get. It took me years to be able to score one of these, and I am so glad I did. Absolutely love this knife. Love Ray Laconico's designs. And coming in at number 1, and it has been coming in at number 1 for quite a while, Quiet Carry Waypoint Vanex Super Clean. I got to tell you, I love Vanex Super Clean. I think more knives should be made in Vanex. Why don't people use Vanex more? Super, super stainless. This knife has LC200N liners inserted in here, so another knife steel but used for the liners. Very rust resistant. I take this with me on the ocean all the time. It's in my life jacket. Hollow grind, very slicey. Action is amazing, just flies open. I've taken apart and cleaned this and put it back together again numerous times, and it's super easy to do. Yeah, just a joy to use. I love this knife. I love its aesthetics. I love its action. I love how slicey it is. As far as being a practical banger when you're on a boat and you're sailing or you're fishing or you're kayaking or whatever, this knife is great. And also just wearing it around town. I mean, honestly, this could be the only pocket knife I use the rest of my life, and it would last the rest of my life. Great steel, stays sharp forever, absolutely stainless. Yeah, I can't say enough about this knife. This is a winner. Very nice thick wire clip on here too. And it's for lefties as well, which I appreciate. Full backspacer back here, milled out inside. Yeah, definitely check it out. Quiet Carry, Waypoint, or sorry, yeah, Waypoint. Thanks so much, guys. So again, if I was only my top 2 knives, if I was going to be carrying 2 knives, I'd probably have this little in-pocket carry, daily carry from LT Wright, AEBL, and this would be the pocket knife that went with it. So yeah, very, very cool couple of knives. All these knives are great. The difference between number 1 and number 10 is not that much, honestly. It really, depending on what I'm going to be carrying, is about my mood that day. What are your guys' top knives? Please let me know. I'd love to see if you guys are making content of your own. If you could make your own version of this video, I'd appreciate that too. Please let me know that you made that video so I can comment and like it. Speaking of commenting and liking, hope you liked this video, and I hope that you commented too. Let me know what you guys think about my choices here, and if I left something out that you know is in my collection, why did I leave it off? That'd be cool too. If you guys want to get a chance to win a knife this month, all you got to do is down below, follow the link for $3 a month on Patreon. You too could win a knife. So thanks so much, guys, and I will see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.